Hey guys, so this video goes out to someone very special. Felipe Alcano reached out to me about a month ago and asked me to review the 7artisans 12mm F2.8 lens. 3 weeks ago, he also asked me to do it again and again. 2 weeks ago, in fact, he reached out and asked me to do the same thing. Even 3 days ago, he yet again asked me to review this lens. Today I am doing this for you, Felipe. This is the 7artisans 12mm F2.8. Let's check out how it comes packaged. Alright, so this is the box that the lens comes in, and I am convinced that 7artisans uses the same box for all of their lenses that they sell, because the 3 that I have unboxed all came in the exact same packages, just with a different picture on the back. So 12mm F2.8E, and I've already cut the security seals, so let's open this up. Salute to Shutterby. Inside you get a microfiber carrying cloth, a specs sheet, so there's all of that fun stuff. You get a qualified inspection warranty card, some foam insulation, and the lens, and some more foam. And here we are. So, just a plastic lens cover. Actually, it's pretty annoying to put back on. I would not carry that around with me. 12mm f2.8 7artisans. You get a very, very smooth focus ring. So rotation, you get about a third of a turn, and very smooth. Aperture is down here. It's declicked, so no distinct clicks, and it's very short. So it goes from 2.8, f4, f5.6, f8, and f16. And also very smooth as well. Around the bottom, metal mount, no electronic connections, and this is an APS-C lens. Around the front, this is really a built-in lens hood. You get 12mm f2.8 wide lens, interesting, and 7artisans. You get quite a dome there that looks very nice. So the lens feels very solid. It's all metal, and it has some heft and weight to it. So interested in seeing how this will pair up with the A6000 and what the results will be. So here is the lens on my A6000, and it is quite heavy once it's mounted on the camera. You can tell that now the whole package is a bit front heavy. So it's a solidly built lens, a lot of glass, a lot of metal. It looks pretty good with the integrated lens hood. You can see more of that dome on the very front. Colors match nicely. Focus ring is smooth. Aperture ring is easy to use and smooth as well. So definitely interested in checking out what type of images this will produce. So now let's check out some sample photos and videos using this lens. So that is it for the sample photos and videos. Overall, the build quality on this lens is excellent. It feels very heavy. It feels like it's substantial. It feels like if you drop it on accident, it probably will be just fine, as long as you don't crack that domed glass on the very front of the lens. Image quality is decent. I took a peek at some of these shots at f8 into the corners, and I found that it was decently sharp, not anything amazing, but pretty adequate for the average user. Focusing was easy with the smooth focus ring. I like the way that it feels. I wish it had a little bit more rotation so you could be a little more precise. I'm thinking back to the Rokinon 12mm, which has a little bit more so you can be more precise in your shots. I don't think you can actually call this a 12mm lens because in my eyes, it looks more like a 12 to 14mm variable lens depending on how and where your subject is focused. Now I'll show you some examples here. I've never seen this in another lens. I've seen some slight movement as far as field of view when you are focusing, but never this exaggerated. It could be seen as kind of cool for some people who are trying to be artsy, but I think it's kind of quirky. At the end of the day, most people will be asking the simple question of, is this lens worth the purchase? And how does it compare to the Rokinon 12mm f2 lens? And I'll make this really simple and straightforward. The Rokinon is a better lens. This thing is about $180. The Rokinon on sale is about $250. I think it's well worth the additional $70 or so to purchase that Rokinon. It's slightly faster as well at f2, it's easier to focus, and I think that the image quality is sharper across the frame. I was talking to my brother about wide-angle lenses for the E-mount yesterday, and he said something that was pretty interesting. He said ever since the Sigma 16mm came out, all of the other wide-angle options out there have become a little less appealing. And I have to agree with him on that. Ever since I added the Sigma 16mm f1.4 lens to my collection, that is the one that I go to for all of my wide angle shots. It's just an impressive lens overall, has autofocus, it's super fast, it's super sharp. Now obviously it costs $450, $399 sometimes on sale, but I would recommend saving up and going for at least the Rokinon 12mm, or if you can save up a little bit more and going straight to the Sigma 16. You'll be much happier. Now this lens is great for those who are on a tight budget, who are in need of a wide angle lens that's decently fast and produces decent images. I mean, it's not gonna be astounding, it's not gonna be amazing, but it's an okay lens. And if your budget is $179, $180, definitely check it out. So I'll post a link down below. So that is pretty much it for my review of this lens. Felipe, if you're watching this, go ahead and email me your address. I'd like to send this lens out to you. Congrats. And that is it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for all of the likes, comments, and support. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.